Hello everyone, and welcome back to IxSHE Tell, Shiori's route. In the last episode, we saw that Shiori makes a pretty good model. In fact, you might say she was the perfect model to showcase that pure Japanese beauty look that they were going for that town ambassador role that Yui came up with. And now we're focused on building up her confidence so she can fulfill that role. And of course, seeing how her relationship with Hajime finally develops. So let's get into it. Hi, Shiori. Oh, homemade dessert. Don't fill up too much at dinner, Shiori had told me. I knew right away that she'd been planning to cook up something for me, most likely a dessert. So I ordered a little less rice than usual, finished eating my vegetable stir-fry at the cafeteria, and returned to the dorm to find this. Sorry, but what is this exactly? It kinda looks like a rolled egg.
焼きプリン
That sounds delicious. So it's like flan, but rolled. Fried pudding? Is pudding usually prepared like this? I want to see a picture. Placed atop my plate are two neatly cut blocks of something that looks like pudding. A dollop of whipped cream garnishes the side of the dish. But judging from its bright yellow color and the faint bitter hint of caramel, this is unmistakably pudding.
卵を増やすと硬くなるの
Oh, that's neat. I didn't know you could adjust the recipe like that.
甘さはそのホイップクリームで調整しながら食べて
Wait, if it's too sweet, balance it with whipped cream? Whipped cream is also sweet. Okay. Okay, let me give it a taste.
召し上がれ
I jab my fork into the pudding. The texture is somewhat reminiscent of a cheesecake. Carving out a large bite, I quickly carry it toward my mouth. Nom nom nom. It's definitely a lot more chewy. The egg is a lot more pronounced than that of a regular soft pudding, but the flavor is a lot creamier and softer as well. In short, it's delicious.
甘さはどう硬くするのに砂糖は少なくしてるんだけど
It's perfect. Plus the cream balances out a lot of it. The bittersweet caramel is really nice too.
ならよかった
But I'm curious, why did you need to use so many eggs to make this?
そこはほら美味しいものを食べて美味しいって言ってほしかったから
And to make a delicious dessert, you have to break a few eggs? Oh, well, thanks.
ちなみに甘さ以外は大丈夫ひよこっぽい味しない
What? No weird what flavors? What in the heck is a chick supposed to taste like? I mean, obviously chicks are hatched from eggs. I get that, but still. You were just trying to get rid of all of your leftover eggs, weren't you? They were expired, weren't they?
おかわりいる
Why? Do you really think I'd want more after that?
なんて不正欄だから大丈夫だよ
I was about to say, yeah, the eggs they sell in stores usually aren't. Every once in a while, one will get through, but it's rare.
それにちゃんと消費期限も見てるし
Did you do the float test? Well, I knew Shiori wouldn't cook me something bizarre. But I still couldn't help but shudder at the thought of finding a live chick in my pudding. It wouldn't be live. Alright, I'll take another plate.
まだたくさんあるからいっぱい食べてね
Just how many eggs did she have left over? Still, I feel a bit guilty mooching off of you all the time. I mean, you made me and Alba all those sandwiches just the other day.
好きでやってることだから気にしなくていいよ
Well, I guess I just feel like I want to do something for you in return.
このままでも私は楽しいよはいお待たせ
But what if I want to? She places another plate of pudding in front of me, cut in two like before. Well, just so I know, is there anything you want to do, Shiori? Or anything you want me to do for you?
してみたいこと
This is episode 3, so everything's on the table, including on the table. Did you think of something?
でも
Then again, forcing her to accept my kindness wouldn't be right. You don't have to answer now. I just want you to know that you can tell me whenever you feel like it. But yeah, could you maybe teach me how to make this pudding sometime?
いいけど、言ってくれれば作るよ。
But I want to know how to make it. Yeah, but I think it'd be fun to cook together too.
それいいね。
There's no need to rush things. We can just go at our own pace.
それでね、私のしてみたいことなんだけど。
I'm all ears if you're ready.
大したことじゃないんだけど、私にとっては大したことというか。
Then it is important.
笑わない？
Of course I won't. I didn't laugh the last time, remember? If I laugh, you can go ahead and bite my head off if you want. But really don't. Oh no, my head. Ow! I didn't mean literally right this second, Shiori. She seriously bit me. Her teeth left a faint imprint on my arm. That's not my head. So what is this thing that you want me to do for you?
それじゃあ、私、はじめを起こしてみたい。
How? Like in the morning?
朝、おはようって。
Okay, for a second there, I thought you were going to make us pass out for some reason and then try to wake us up like a reverse Sleeping Beauty sort of situation, but that's a lot less scary.
それでね、一緒に紅茶飲みながらゆっくりするの。
Ah, okay. A quiet morning together, huh? It's a rather ordinary request. But there wasn't anything stopping you from doing this before, was there?
というか、ただの幼馴染がさ、朝から部屋を出入りしてたら怖くない？
Probably, yeah. I suppose so. That sounds like a rather normal situation to me, though.
でも、彼女なら不自然ではないし、それにちょっと大人っぽいよね。
Yeah, that's true. And if that means we get to spend even more time together, then all the better. So while I myself don't have any reason to refuse, it might be a little awkward if someone were to see you, though. There'd be a huge uproar if people found out that the student council president had a girl in his room first thing in the morning. I should probably avoid doing anything that would reflect badly on my moral character.
やっぱりそうだよね。
So you're going to sneak in through the window?
ごめんね。やっぱり今のはなしで。
I mean, you can. Well, while I know that it's something we shouldn't do, I also want to make her happy. Plus, waking up in the morning to my girlfriend's face is something I've always dreamed of experiencing. Maybe just once. Just this once, but we have to keep it a secret from everyone else. I want you to wake me up too, Shiori.
でもいいの？
You're really not supposed to, so that's why we have to keep it a secret. Think you can do that?
内緒にする。
Good. Then I'll give you the key to my room later so you can let yourself in tomorrow morning. She doesn't need the key. She already made a copy.
なんかすごくドキドキしてきた。
Actually, watch her go make a copy right now. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but seeing Shiori's smile makes me feel like I made the right choice. I guess this is what they call being blinded by love. But just this once won't hurt, I'm sure, and it's something we both want. And that's how it starts, and then it just cascades from there.
IxSHE Tell.
Next thing you know, she's doing it all the time, or just living in the room. Which is fine. Ah, she took a picture. Oh no, it's like Sora's photo album of Kakeru. What was that? A camera? That's kind of bright. Must be morning already. I guess I gotta get up. No rush, though. The alarm on my phone hasn't even rung yet. Plus, Shiori said she was going to come wake me up today. I can just take it easy until then. What do you think the flash was? Huh? Shiori? I sit upright, my head still feeling a little groggy.
はじめ。
So it was you after all. Good morning.
おはよう。
Was that camera sound earlier you too?
そうだけど、もしかしてそれで起きちゃった？
Only slightly. I guess so. I was wondering what that sound was.
そっか。ちゃんと起こしてあげたかったけど、残念。
Shiori had apparently pulled back the curtains as well, bathing the room with light. That's alright. Seeing my girlfriend's face first thing when I wake up is a pretty nice treat already.
本当？ならこれからも。
You see, it's already started.
って言いたいところだけど、今日だけなんだよね。
Never mind. Well, for now, it'll be a different story if we start living together someday.
どうせ？
You know, that. Maybe it's because I just woke up, but I don't feel the slightest bit embarrassed at saying the words out loud. I've always wanted to fool around on the bed with my girlfriend.
そうだね。同棲か。
We introduced another variable into this while she was thinking about the living together part. Her smile is downright adorable. Ah, what a wonderful morning. Speaking of cameras, what were you taking a picture of anyway? Duh, your sleeping face for her secret photo album. That's not creepy or socially unacceptable at all.
見る？ちょっと待って。
I actually do. I was sure that she'd snapped a mugshot of my sleeping face, but judging from her reaction, I could be wrong. That said, there isn't anything else of particular interest in my room.
ほら、これ。
Ah, okay. That was only half of what I was expecting. That was pretty good. What the? Well, my face is definitely there, but that's not all. Huh. That's kind of hot.
変なこと言わないで。
You took a picture of my sleeping face. I mean, look at what you're doing.
これは記念。
What occasion?
しばらくは起こしに来られないでしょ？だから、せっかくのチャンスだったし、いつでも思い返せるようにって。
Watch this become an ongoing thing. It's a day of firsts. We need to snap a picture. For every first. Well, I get that, but
けど？
it totally looks like we just got done doing the deed. No, it doesn't.
事故って。
The dirty deed done dirt cheap. Come on, you know, sit.
ストップストップストップ！ちょっと、いきなり変なこと言わないで。
You're the one who made me spell it out. Any way you look at it, that picture looks like we just had sit.
バカ！変態！それ以上言ったら怒るから！
Word. I guess she is pretty shy when it comes to this stuff. I kind of thought she was not going to be, considering that she was pretty physically aggressive, but surprise, surprise. But even though her face is bright red, she knows she can't raise her voice, otherwise someone might hear her. I do want to tease her a bit more, but I probably shouldn't risk it.
エッチなことばっかり考えてるんだ。
That's not true. Sometimes it's in other dirty places too. That's... Well, we couldn't have taken a photo like that unless we were a couple, right?
そこ否定しないの？
Nah, I'm only kidding.
冗談に聞こえない。
If you give me a drum kit, I can make a rim shot. All right. I'm sorry. I won't tease you anymore, Shiori. For the next 5 minutes.
約束ね。
I promise. But you have to admit, the photo really does make us look like a couple. Isn't that why you took it in the first place?
それは、
It's like a romantic slice of life snapshot. I actually think it's really cute. In fact, I'm pretty impressed with how well it turned out. Think you can send this photo to my phone too?
壁紙にするの？
Nah, that'd be a nightmare to explain if someone saw it. Plus, it's kind of embarrassing to have a picture of my girlfriend as my wallpaper.
ほー。まあいいけど。
I meant it's kind of embarrassing with my face also in the photo. That's a bit of an odd reaction. Don't tell me she actually wanted me to use it as my wallpaper.
はい、送ったよ。
Thanks. Wait, did you really? I don't see it. Oh no, who did you send it to?
嘘。確かにちゃんと送ったよ。ほら。
She sent it to everybody in the school. There we go. That's how the reveal happens. Oh no. What's with that look? Oh, is that actually what happened? Please tell me that's what happened. She stares down at her phone with wide-eyed shock, trembling violently. There's only one thing that could mean. Did you send it to someone else?
それが、はい。
God damn it! Oh god, we're totally screwed. Who did you send it to? Everyone. She looks away in shame as she shows me her phone screen. The entire photography club? Oh, no.
ちょっと二宮くん
Oh, that's bad. What's Yamabuki doing here now of all times? She bursts into the room before I even have a chance to hide Shiori. Do you need something, Yamabuki? Also, you should probably be a little gentler with the door.
そんなこと今はどうだっていいわ。
Why is she so pissed? But you're the one always telling us to...
それよりこれ
I was trying to, but she sent it to the wrong person. Huh? Breathing roughly, she holds up her phone for me to see.
この明らかに事後を思わせる写真は何なのよ
Okay, you see? She thought the same thing. You sent it to Yamabuki?
う
The whole student council?
花森さんからとんでもない写真が送られてきたんですが、どういった真意なんでしょうか
Look, you already had your route. Calm down. Gah! Koshimizu too?
ごめん。他にも結城先輩と小塚さんが入ってるグループに一斉送信しちゃった。
How big is the group chat? How do you even make a mistake like that?
いろいろ言いたいことはあるけど。
Well, go ahead.
つまり二宮くんはハロパで花森さんに告白したと
That's correct. Yes.
つまり今はお付き合いされてるんですよね。
Yes, we're officially a couple. As the other dorm residents began to gather, drawn by all the noise we were making, Shiori and I ultimately had no choice but to announce the truth of our relationship. Okay, not the way I was expecting it to go, but pretty funny. I like it.
まったく、朝から人騒がせなんだから。
Not my fault.
それに花森さんと付き合うことになったなら、すぐ言ってくれればよかったのに、水草。
Fair. Well, I wasn't exactly sure how to break the news.
気が引けちゃった
You know, surprisingly yes, even though it was not really all that awkward in any of the other routes. Something like that.
でもそれこそ、私だって副会長なんだから。これからはもっと信用してほしいものね。
Oh, I do, just not in this route. Well, that's a relief to hear. Thanks. I hadn't expected this to be easy. But I honestly wasn't sure how the others would react to the news either. So I'm genuinely happy to hear Yamabuki respond so positively. Sorry for keeping all of you guys in the dark.
ごめんなさい。私ももういいですよ。お二人のことはなんとなくそんな気もしてましたし。
That was the implication in the last episode.
二宮さんが決めたことですから、私にその気持ちを否定する権利はありません。さすがに写真は驚きましたけど。
Surprise!
ごめんね。
でもほんとよかったよ。もし失恋して姉ちゃんが荒れたら僕どうなっちゃうのかなって怖かったし。
Well, you're taking this well. That's your problem.
荒れないから余計なこと言わない。返事。
Okay, hang on. I feel like that's supposed to be a question. Like, that's your problem, question mark, exclamation mark. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. I think his response says it all.
ってほら、お前もおめでとうくらい言ったらいいんじゃないの？
She already knew.
うっさいな。言われなくてもそのくらい。おめでとう。
Although Aoba had been the first person to find out about my relationship with Shiori, her feelings about it had been somewhat mixed, so this is the first time she's actually congratulated me. Even so, I'm glad to have my little sister's blessing, even if it is a little embarrassing. After that, Shiori and I received an outpouring of support from the rest of the dorm residents, both Misaki-hama and Kensai-kon students alike. Well, that went well, all things considered. The question now is, how fast has the news already spread? Instant. You see, as soon as she forwarded it to that group, they forwarded it to all of their friends, and it just daisy-chained throughout the school.
私はもうそれなりに覚悟してるよ。
Once the commotion finally died down, Shiori and I left the dorm and made our way towards class together. Since we hadn't done anything to feel ashamed of, we decided to be completely public about our relationship. Thus, we hadn't asked the other dorm students to keep it a secret. That's probably wise. The day Koshimizu transferred in, the whole school had known about her by lunchtime.
ああ、ほら来た、二宮くん。はじめ。
Well, can't say I didn't see this coming. As someone who wasn't part of the loop, Yuki-senpai had been pestering me with a relentless barrage of texts since this morning. I promised her I'd explain everything during lunch break. So much for that, it seems.
気になりすぎて休み時間まで待ってなかったよ。ってそんなことより、あの写真って何だったの？
Is it not obvious?
間違えたとは聞いたけど。
Well, you see.
待って、これは私が原因だから。
You know what? Yeah, go for it. Shiori.
ハロパの日から私、はじめと付き合うことになりました。
Huh. I guess she really didn't get it. Little slow to the uptake. I'm sorry. I really should have said something earlier, but I just... Ah, crap. This is way awkward.
いや、それはもういいよ。なんとなくそうなんじゃないかなって思ってたし。
To be fair, you were first. Huh? Really?
この前の撮影。あんな素敵なしおりちゃん。恋人じゃなきゃ、あの魅力は引き出せなかったと思う。
Fair.
ありがとうございます。まあ、ここでしおりちゃんが謝ったりしてきたら、どうだったかわからないけどね。だって、後ろめたい気持ちはないので。
So that just leaves Yui.
そうだね。私がしおりちゃんの立場でも、同じように考えてたと思う。
Are you kidding? They rolled out the red carpet for us.
だから、勝者は堂々としてなきゃ。二人ともおめでとう。ありがとうございます。
Thank you. I'm glad that Yuki-senpai is giving us her blessing. But was it really that obvious to everyone how Shiori and I felt about each other? Though it's a little late for the embarrassment to be setting in, I can't help but break into a cold sweat.
それで、二人が付き合ってるのは分かったし、それに、恋人同士なんだから、燃え上がっちゃうこともあると思うのよ。うん。
Stop, senpai. Don't say it.
だから、その...
What did I just say?
あの写真って、やっぱり、エッチした後だったの？いやー！
That's a no, by the way. Shiori's screeching voice suddenly shatters the quiet morning air. All the other students in the vicinity instantly freeze and focus their eyes on us.
会長まさか おーいみんな集まれ。放課後は一足早い会長の卒業式やるぞ。
This somehow got worse. Shut up, you idiot! Stop making a scene!
じゃあ俺掃除やる。会長の股のつぼみも膨らみ始め、生命の躍動を感じる春がやってきました。
Dude, stop. This isn't Spring Awakening. Keep it up and you're gonna be giving that speech for real at next year's graduation ceremony.
男子はキモいけど。ってことは会長、やっぱり花森さんだったってこと？
Well, I initially chose Squirtle, but eventually I settled on Bulbasaur.
あれだけ美人が揃ってたけど花森さんだったか。
やっぱり大和なでしこは強かったか。
At this rate, the whole school's gonna know before lunch even rolls around. But it feels like there's going to be a few untruths thrown in the mix too. Speaking of which, I desperately try to correct Yuki-senpai's earlier misunderstanding. Even though I eventually managed to explain the situation to her, there was nothing I could do about the incorrigible gossips who had already run off. Alright, school-wide broadcast. Did not happen.
落ち着かない。
Guess we'll have to transfer schools. Somehow, we managed to survive the morning and make it to lunch. But when Shiori and I arrived at the cafeteria, countless heads turned to ogle at us. It became clear that the rumors had already spread far and wide. Let's just eat quickly and head outside. Or alternatively, we could head to the student council room. There won't be anyone there.
とにかく人の少ないところがいい。
Space. I can tell that they're all oozing with curiosity, but no one dares to approach us directly to ask. Strangely enough, it almost feels like they're trying to keep their distance. It's the jealousy aura.
やっと見つけましたわ。こちらでしたのね。
Ah, here she is, the last one to cross the finish line. Sorry, Yui. Yeah, you could say I've been expecting you too. Kozuka's the final person who received that photo. I'm sure you have a ton of questions, but let me just tell you this first. The truth is, Shiori and I are now dating. Aw.
そうですか。
That's sad. I feel like she's taking it harder this time than she did previous times.
先輩の口から聞くまではと思っていましたが、やはり事実ですのね。
Being the same age as my little sister, Kozuka's sad smile is the hardest to watch.
噂で耳にしましたし、青葉からも教えていただきました。ですのである程度心構えはできていたつもりなんですが、思いのほか辛いものですわね。
It's like when you know bad news is coming because you've heard it through the grapevine, but you haven't heard it directly, and then it finally hits. Always sucks. I'm sorry I couldn't reciprocate your feelings, Kozuka, but I want you to know I truly was happy to know that you felt that way about me. So, thank you.
まったく振った相手に優しい言葉をかけるなんて。
I could be mean, but I don't want to. Also, we have a whole episode filled with rejections that I'm honestly not looking forward to at all. But we'll get to that later.
ずるい人。
Oh, just you wait. Ah, sorry. I wasn't trying to rub it in or anything.
なんて知ってますわ。そんなところも含めて私が好きになった先輩ですから。そんな顔なさらなくても花森先輩の彼に手を出したりはしませんわよ。別にそういうわけじゃ。
But Shiori won't quite meet my eye when I look at her. Is she feeling jealous?
ということはあの写真も付き合ったことを報告するためのものでしたの？
No. Of course not. We'd never do anything that insensitive. Like I said before, it was an honest accident. By the way, you haven't shown that picture to anyone else, have you?
当たり前ですわ。こんないやらしいもの。
Oh my gosh. Wait, Kozuka, stop blushing. I'm telling you, it's not what it looks like.
先輩たちの夜の営みをひけらかすほど私は落ちぶれていませんわ。
Okay, we got up to it in morning, and we didn't get up to anything. I guess the praising of that doesn't really help. Here comes another crowd. Welp. Kozuka's words drop like a bomb, rendering the entire cafeteria completely silent. Are all girls this pure and naive, or just the ones I know?
おいおいおいおい、聞いたか今の。
Here we go again.
確かに聞いたぞ。夜の営みって間違いなく言った。
Night, 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 da 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 night, night!
やっぱ会長の卒業式の話は本当だったんだ。
Oh my god. I almost said, Shiori, we're gonna have to gag you, but that would completely throw things off. I should have known this would happen. Everyone loves this kind of gossip. If I were in their shoes, I'd probably want to hear all the juicy details too.
申し訳ありません。私としたことが。
No need to whisper now, that cat's out of the bag. Speaking of cats, we haven't seen Uchan in a while. It's fine. I know you didn't do it on purpose.
でも花森さんって選挙の時から会長と一緒だったじゃん。
実は前からって話でしょ。
そうそう。ってことでちょっと花森さんに聞いてみてよ。
やだよ、怖いもん。花森さんクールで話しかけづらいし。
No, yeah, she is kind of unapproachable.
でもさ、もしそうならやっぱり本当にエッチとかも？
Then it's none of your damn business.
ちょっと、あんたまで何エロ男子みたいなこと言ってんの？
だって気にならない？会長のエッチってどんな感じなのかなとかさ。
Sleepy.
気になる。
Can you please stop? If Yamabuki were here, she'd totally fly into a fit of rage and yell at us for causing a disruption in public morals. But more importantly, there is clearly something wrong with Shiori.
二宮くん。
What? And why the formality all of a sudden?
そう、卒業式ってどんな感じなんでしょうか。ザ最高。
いや会長、むしろどこまで進んだの？木とか後ろの穴とか？
Whoa, slow down.
うわこいつえっくいこと聞きやがった。
Honestly, me either.
もういい加減にして。
Oh no, she broke. The shy and quiet Shiori suddenly yells at the top of her lungs, causing everyone to shut their mouths and look at her in surprise. Or at least I'm assuming they will once I click to the next line.
なんなのみんな。
Or not.
あることないことでいちいち騒いでバカみたい。別に恋人同士なんだから何したっていいでしょ。どうして他人にいろいろ聞かれなきゃいけないの？というかそもそも私は正真正銘少女なんだから。
There you have it. Oh boy. Now you've really done it, Shiori.
あ、でもってことはこれからってことだよね。
Well, yeah?
てか、話しかけづらそうな気がしてたけど、気のせいっぽい？
ねえ花森さん、ちょっといろいろ聞かせてもらっていい？
この後ちょっとみんなで話さない？二宮君も一緒にどう？
I'll pass. That's certainly very kind of you.
いや今のは少女は少女なんだけど。
This sounds like something girls only talk about with other girls, so I'm gonna have to pass.
来てくれないの？
It's been fun. Student council business. Bye. Unlike before, it doesn't feel like the others are trying to keep their distance anymore. In a way, this might actually be a good chance for Shiori to get to know her fellow classmates. As the other girls gather around her, I wish her good luck and leave the cafeteria. Oh, we actually did do that. Okay. I decide to take pity on Kozuka instead, who still seems to feel bad for starting this whole commotion, and walk her back to Misakihama. Oh, okay. That's a little better. Night time. It's pretty cold out. Are you sure you're all right?
平気。
I have the warmth of my embarrassment. At this hour, the gentle night breeze brushes against our skin. Though we usually meet in the lounge, Shiori and I opted to have our talk outside tonight, away from prying eyes. You just look at the dorm and everybody's at their window watching. Still, what a day today. All that chaos this morning, and then you standing up and shouting that you're a virgin at lunch.
エッチ。もう忘れて。
No chance. Sorry. I won't bring it up again.
ほんと。なんであんなこと言っちゃったんだろう。
She seems genuinely depressed about it, so I really should try to avoid the topic. But yeah, that was the first time you've ever chatted with such a big group of girls, wasn't it?
ちょっと疲れた。
Did you have fun though?
よくわからない。でも、悪い気はしてないよ。
Well, that's good.
そういう始めは、あの後大丈夫だった？私のせいで迷惑かかったりしなかった？
Nah, I'm used to it. That said, a few class clowns did round up a number of guys to perform another mock celebration ceremony around me. But it was all in good fun in the end, so I wasn't upset or anything.
でも、私だけならともかく、初めに迷惑かけるといけないから。
Nonsense.
これからは、もっと気をつけなきゃ。
That goes for me too. But you don't regret telling everyone about us today, do you?
してない。ああ、でもあるとすれば、一つ。
Broadcasting to the entire school that you're still a virgin? What's that?
みんな、選挙の時から私たちが付き合ってるって思ってたって。
Yeah, I did hear some rumors like that.
だからね、どう幼馴染らしく、子供の頃から結婚の約束でもしとけばよかったかな。
Now that you mention it, it's kind of unusual that they didn't. Huh?
なんてね。それじゃあ、ちょっと寒くなってきたから、先部屋戻ってるね。おやすみ。
Okay. Night. That totally caught me off guard. I feel like Shiori's gotten a lot bolder lately, in a good way, of course. And if that's a result of our relationship, then all the more cause for celebration.
ねえ、はじめ。
Sorry, I was monologuing.
確かに、子供の頃には約束できなかったけど、私は初めからのその言葉、いつでも待ってるから。
We'll probably get there. Ah! Without another word, she disappears inside the building. That cheeky little... Gazing up into the early winter night sky, I start to realize just how deeply in love with her I really am. Aw, it's sweet. It feels like I completely missed my chance. Ever since Shiori's outburst in the cafeteria last week, I realized that I've begun noticing more and more of her womanly charms. But I can't help it. She's pretty, cute, and has a bangin' body to boot. And on top of that, a virgin. Why, are you gonna sacrifice her to a volcano? I don't know what this is. Get a hold of yourself, Hajime. I'm really making it seem like I'm only with her for her looks. I mean, it's only natural that I'd want to get physically intimate with the girl I love. But if I approached Shiori about it aggressively, she'd think I was coming on too strongly for sure. And that's not something a man should ever do. At worst, she might start feeling uncomfortable around me, It's clear that Shiori herself is insecure about the fact that she's a virgin. Being pushy about wanting sex, or even just hinting at it, might be enough to make her feel pressured or put her on guard. Or she might just screech at the top of her lungs again, alerting everyone in the surrounding area. So while I'd love to take our relationship to the next step, ignoring her feelings and prioritizing my own desires would make me a failure as her boyfriend. Guess there's nothing I can do about it now. I don't want Shiori's first experience to be a bad one. We did have a pretty nice mood going last time, so maybe we could have gone a little further. But dwelling on it will get me nowhere. It's already in the past. I know there's no use moping about it now, but still. I think we should hold off on doing these things until we tell the others about us first. That's what Shiori told me, so what does she think about it now? Ooh, we actually get a cross view. We haven't had one of those for a little bit. I guess the shrieking happened regardless. Did she bug our room? I can't stop thinking about it, no matter how hard I try. I can't believe I stood up and shouted that I was a virgin. It's the truth, though, so I'm not really concerned about what others think.
でも、はじめはどう思ってるの？
Oh, well, I guess she didn't bug the room after all. Ever since then, he hasn't brought up the subject even once.
たまにエッチなこと言うし、少なくても私に興味ないわけじゃないはず。
I have no idea how to take our relationship to the next step, though. I'm interested in doing all those things with him too, but don't know how to be proactive about it at all. All I know is that I want to give my everything to the person I love. I think that holds true for both guys and girls.
なのに、今日まで何もない。
Well, it is episode 3. I was the one who suggested we hold off on going any further until we announced our relationship to everyone. But that was more than a week ago now. And Hajime hasn't even tried to kiss me once since then.
我慢させすぎちゃったのかな。
Nah. I don't think he's lost interest in me, though. Unconsciously, I wrap my arms around my body in an effort to distract myself from growing unease.
胸か。
Out of all the girls who'd confessed to Hajime, mine are definitely the smallest. Wait, what? Really? Are you sure about that? I feel like Yui. Sure, they might be... Okay. I could have said nothing. Sure, they might be bigger than Kozuka-san's at the moment, but who knows if that'll still be true in 2 years' time. Well, I certainly don't want other guys looking at me like that. I want Hajime to see me as a woman, not simply as his childhood friend. I mean, you're dating, so I think you're good.
いや、はじめは女の子の魅力を胸で決めたりはしない。
I mean...
きっと、好きな子の体が一番だ。とか平気で言っちゃうタイプだ。
You know what? She's probably right.
いや、でもそれなら余計おかしくない？
Yes, it can. Hajime was pretty clear about why he wanted to lift the ban on romance in the first place. To get a girlfriend and enjoy my youth to the fullest. In other words, that includes doing all the things young couples usually do.
なのに、私に手を出そうとしないのはどうして？
Analysis paralysis.
はじめの気持ちになって考えてみると。
Appearance-wise, I might not be as eye-catching as someone like Yuki-senpai, but I'd like to think I could be considered pretty at the very least. My most prized feature is my long black hair. Oh, sorry, wrong game. Which I maintain with a camellia oil-treated comb every single day. Judging by everyone's reactions during the photo shoot the other day, I don't think I'm overestimating myself too much. Squeesh. And while my boobs might not be as big as the others, they're soft and have a pretty nice shape if I do say so myself.
だとすると、もしかしてはじめ、私から来るのを待ってるとか？
You could.
いやいくらなんでも自分からなんて恥ずかしすぎる。
Okay, well maybe you can't. Even if I could, what if that isn't what he's expecting?
恥かくだけだよ。この前大恥かいたばっかりなのに。でも、初めに意識させるのは大切だよね。
She just saunters into the room. Hey there. Checks note on palm. good looking. Whatever anyone else says about me, I'm still his.
彼女
Okay, that's a better laugh than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be like Haruka in 9-9 the. Stop giggling, Shiori. I'll never get anywhere if this is enough to make me blush.
とにかく意識させないと
But before I could formulate a concrete plan, my eyes had grown heavy and I'd fallen fast asleep. Maybe it'll come to you in a dream.
IxSHE Tell.
I couldn't come up with anything. After changing into my uniform and checking my appearance in the mirror, I let out a reflexive sigh. What can I do to take my relationship with Shiori to the next level? What does she want from our relationship? I racked my brains until dawn, but ultimately concluded that I wouldn't find the answer to those questions until I asked her directly. But since it's a sensitive topic, I have to be careful with how I broach it. Well, that can wait. We're supposed to be meeting each other soon. I'd only worry her by showing up looking like a zombie. Taking a few deep breaths, I do my best to rearrange my thoughts before heading towards the lounge to meet Shiori. Hi. Guess she isn't here yet. That's a bit of a relief. You're overthinking this, Hajime. Just talk to her like you always do.
おはよ
Oh, it's just you, Yamabuki.
う。何よ。人の顔見るなりそのがっかりした顔。
Sorry, let me try that again. Oh, it's just you, Yamabuki.
お目当ての彼女さんじゃなくて悪かったわね。
Hey, you had your turn. No, that's not what I meant. Sorry. I was too antsy, so my greeting had come off sounding a little gruff.
ほんと、お互いに大好きなのね。
You tell me like 3 lines after how it was supposed to sound. I'm sorry?
それじゃ、私は先行くから、二人も遅れないようにね。
Right. See you later. With a mysterious grin on her face, she walks out the door. What was that about?
お待たせ
Duh. Since I was still focused on Yamabuki, I hadn't noticed Shiori come downstairs at all.
もしかして待った
Nah, I just got here myself.
そっかよかった
She smiles cheerfully, casually sliding up next to me. She really is too cute sometimes. If not for my self-control, I might have hugged her on the spot just now. Do it, you coward. Or maybe even something a little more daring?
それじゃあ行こっか
There goes that opportunity.
はじめ
Hajime-kun. Why is she suddenly addressing me with an honorific? Sure, she used to do that when we were kids. But how many years had it been since she called me Hajime-kun? Is she distancing herself from me on purpose? Don't tell me she knows what dirty things I'm thinking. Is she on guard around me now? Am I scaring her? I can't be. I haven't said a word, and I don't think my thoughts are showing on my face either. He looks in a mirror and he's just got resting pervert face. So then why?
はじめくんどうかした
Ah, stop it! I don't know why she's doing this, and it honestly scares me.
なんか顔色悪いけどはじめくん大丈夫
Calm down, Ninomiya Hajime. What if there really isn't any deeper meaning behind it?
たかがくんづけにこだわるなんて小さい男
I can't let her think of me like that. That's right. It's not a big deal anyways. I should just let it slide. If Shiori wants to call me Hajime-kun, then so be it. I'll show you what a tolerant boyfriend I am. I'm fine, but aren't you sticking to me a little too closely, Shiori?
そう気のせいじゃないいつもこのくらいだったと思うけど
No, she's clearly much closer than usual. Even after publicly announcing our relationship, we never once walked to school shoulder to shoulder like this. More importantly, though, there's something different about the sweet fragrance of Shiori's hair. I just want to stick my nose in it and take a big whiff, but that's totally creepy. God, I want to bury my face into her neck and sniff her like a dog. Okay, now it's creepy for sure. Am I actually some kind of pervert? Well, that's fine by me, as long as I get to smell the smell. I don't care what society thinks of me. Maybe you should. But even if I am her boyfriend, if I did that for real, she'd scream and run away for sure. Damn it! If I could just reach out to her. She's so close, yet so far. Why am I feeling so conscious of her today of all days? Yeah, maybe I am just imagining things. Yep, you're the same old Shiori as always. Alright, it's almost time for breakfast. Let's get going. You done goofed. Urging the confused Shiori from behind, we make our way towards the cafeteria for breakfast. I guess we're going to be doing a lot of these cross views this time. Lightly closing my eyes, I heave a large sigh in an effort to compose my thoughts. Since I'd fallen asleep last night, I hadn't been able to think of a way to catch Hajime's attention. As a result, the only ideas I could scrape together were to try addressing him differently than usual, and to flaunt my long black hair. But even though I came up with this plan on the spur of the moment, I'm pretty confident it'll work.
私が意識するんじゃない。はじめに意識させるんだ。
Well, that backfired gloriously. Or so I try to convince myself as I head out to meet Hajime.
あ、花森さん、おはよう。
おはよう。
そっちはすぐ出る？よかったら一緒に行かない？
Ah, so that's why Yamabuki made that comment. Okay.
もしかして二宮くん？
一緒に行こうって約束してて。
なら邪魔しちゃ悪いわね。
While all the other girls have accepted the fact that Hajime and I have started dating, these sort of conversations still feel really awkward. That said, I feel like I'm being a bit rude by acting this overly uncomfortable.
ごめんね。また誘ってくれると、嬉しいんだけど。
そうね。また今度一緒に行きましょう。それじゃあ私、先行ってるから。ゆっくりしすぎて遅刻しちゃダメよ。
Classic Yamabuki.
ありがとう。
ああ、ちょっと待って。大好きな彼に会うんだから、身だしなみもしっかりね。
Aw, that was really nice of her. Apparently my ribbon had been a little crooked.
これでよし。あれ？花森さん、シャンプー変えた？
シャンプーは同じだよ。ピーチのヘアフレグランスでちょっと香りをつけてみたんだけど。変かな？
全然。いい匂いだし、二宮くんもきっと気に入ると思うわ。ほんと彼のことが大好きなのね。
I guess she's going to do that every time. I hadn't realized how far forward I was leaning in excitement.
それじゃあ、今度こそ本当に、また後でね。
In the end, Yamabuki-san's smile hadn't held a hint of resentment as she walked down the stairs. Quietly thanking her for being so kind, I head down to the lounge after her.
IxSHE Tell.
We're going to be jumping all over the place in this route, apparently. Morning classes had come to an end, and I still had yet to be able to hold a proper conversation with Shiori. I'm going to get whiplash going from character to character. I guess I'll invite her to lunch and see how that goes. If we can just have a relaxed meal together, perhaps I'll be able to sound out her feelings a little more naturally.
会長ちょっといいかな。
No, I do not. As I stand up from my seat, someone calls out to me from the hallway. What's going on? What's up?
いきなりごめん。実は会長に折り入って相談があって。
Follow your dreams. A bit of advice, huh?
もしかして忙しかった？
Well, I was planning to eat with Shiori. No, it's fine. Where should we talk?
じゃあ、中庭でいいかな。
I decide to simply buy lunch from the canteen later and head for the courtyard with him. Well, that just sidetracks everything. So, what's this about?
それなんだけど。会長、恋愛マスターと見込んで、ぜひともアドバイスが欲しいんだ。
What have I done? I'm listening.
実はさ、こないだ女子大生と合コンしたんだ。
Oh, look at you. Oh, really? That's sweet.
はあ、狙ってた子の連絡先もゲットしたし、あれは大成功だったね。
Look at you go. I mean, I will, you can't. Sounds like everything went perfectly for you. What do you need my advice for?
いや、それがさ、帰ってからメールしてみたんだけど、すぐ帰ってきちゃうんだよ。
Ooh, that's rough, buddy.
多分メアド間違えたっぽいんだけど、もし俺からのメール待ってたらかわいそうじゃん？
Ooh, that might have been a fake number. Maybe she was just pretending to be interested in him? Yeah, that does sound like a problem.
だからさ、女子の幹事の子に聞いてみようと思うんだけど、なんて聞いたらいいと思う？
Can't you just explain the situation and ask for it?
いや、いいんだよ。結構いい感じになった子がいてって正直に言うのもいいと思うんだけど、もし幹事の子がうまくいってなかったらちょっと申し訳ないじゃん。
Ah. A little optimistic, aren't you?
ってことで、ここは女心をマスターしてる会長にアドバイスをもらいたいんだ。
Well, that's ironic considering the situation I'm presently in. I'm definitely no expert. I've never even been to a college mixer myself, so I'm hardly in a position to be giving advice. But for starters, I don't think there's any need to mention how well you hit it off with that other girl. Just be straightforward and tell her that there was this girl that you liked at the party, and you want to know her number. Adding all that other stuff just makes it sound like you're making excuses, and that's not... Wait a minute. That's exactly the same thing I've been doing. I convinced myself I was being considerate of Shiori's feelings, when in reality, all I was doing was looking for excuses.
どうした？
I'm having an epiphany, let me be. Sorry, I just realized the irony in me saying that.
よくわかんないけど。
You don't need to.
でもそうだよな。俺も初めての合コンであれこれ考えすぎてただけかも。やっぱ会長に相談してよかったよ。
No problem. Glad I could help you out. Run along now. I've been given a few things to reflect on as well. Having finished offering someone relationship advice for the first time in my life, I make my way towards the school canteen. We gotta fix this situation. Soon. This is less soon than I was hoping. The hours had flown by while I brooded over the best way to talk to Shiori. It's now well past 11 p.m. Could have pulled the trigger on that one, but nope. All the more reason to just ask her normally. If it were up to me, I'd love nothing more than to take our relationship to the next step right away. But I can tell that Shiori's still troubled about the whole virgin thing. So while the topic isn't exactly an easy one to bring up, there was definitely something different about her today, from the way she smelled to the close distance that she kept between us. It's almost like she was deliberately trying to draw my attention. There he goes, he got it. But it's hard to imagine that she could be so forward when she still has the virgin thing weighing on her mind. You're overemphasizing that. Still, I'm not going to solve anything by asking myself these questions. You seemed a bit different than usual today, Shiori. Did something happen? If I phrase it like that, she shouldn't feel too pressured to answer. Ah, but she messaged first. Oh, it's from Shiori. What does she want? Can we meet right now? Perfect timing. Sure, let's meet in the lounge, I messaged back. Without waiting for her reply, I head out the door.
はじめ、早かったね。
Shiori? At this hour, the lounge is completely empty aside from her. She hadn't replied to my text since I left my room. But given the fact that she's already here, did you message me from here?
はじめのことだから、多分ここになるかなって。
Well played. Wow, you know your boyfriend way too well.
そうだね。
I'm tempted to ask what she was planning to do if I was already asleep, but since that obviously wasn't the case, there's probably no need to mention it. Yeah, no. I was a bit surprised to see her text, but I knew there wasn't anything to worry about.
何？
Your hair smells like normal again. You did something different to it today, didn't you? It smelled kind of peachy.
あ、うん。でも気づいてたの？
Of course I did. It almost drove me crazy, to be honest, but I can't tell her that. Yeah, you can. Do it.
そっか、気づいてたんだ。あ、それじゃあもしかしてこの匂い好きじゃなかった？
Huh? Why do you say that?
だって気づいてたのに言わなかったってことは、はじめの好みじゃなかったのかなって。
Oh, no. I loved it. Really. It was very feminine.
本当？
Really. But I think I prefer it the way it smells right now. That's what Shiori smells like to me.
ありがとう。
She's so cute when she gets embarrassed. That said, she doesn't seem nearly as nervous as she was this morning. She's also gone back to simply calling me Hajime. But I'm still curious as to what that all was. Maybe I should try probing a little. No, that comes later. But Peachy scent aside, why did you suddenly start calling me Hajime-kun earlier today?
それはまあ、私にも思うところがあって。
Like couple things.
というか、今さら聞く？
I figured I wouldn't stop you if that's what you wanted to call me. And it didn't seem very manly to make a fuss about something so small either.
ああ、そうだったんだ。
So how come you're back to just calling me Hajime now?
やっぱりその方がしっくりくるって分かったから。
She must have just wanted to spice things up a little today. Well, it's a relief to hear you say that, to be honest.
そうなの？
Yeah, for some reason, I felt so strangely conscious about you today that I could barely hold a conversation.
あ、それごめん。わざと。
Well, good job, it worked. What do you mean?
うまく説明できないんだけど、女の子として見てもらえてるのか、ちょっと不安になっちゃって。だからちゃんと女の子って意識してほしくて。
Where on earth did she get that idea? I've always seen you as a woman, Shiori. You know that, right?
嘘！
I'm not. I've seen you that way ever since you... Well, you know.
うーん。
Please don't scream. We're not supposed to be out here right now. Judging by the fact that she's implicitly understood what I meant, she's still immensely embarrassed about it.
でも、それじゃあどうしてはじめは何もしてこないの？キスだってまだ。
A valid question. And here I was trying to steer the conversation away from that topic. Maybe we're not on the same page here? Not even close. Let me ask you something first, Shiori. This might sound a bit strange, but where do you want to take our relationship?
どうって、それは。
I'll be honest. Personally, I'd like nothing more than to take our relationship to the next step. But you seemed really caught up over what you said last week, and I didn't want you to feel like I was pressuring you into doing something that you weren't prepared to do.
私のため？
Of course. I'd do anything for you.
うん、ありがとう。はじめの気持ち、すごく嬉しい。
This new approach ended up being a bit heavy-handed, but as long as I get to see Shiori smile, I get the feeling we've managed to take a small step forward nonetheless. what about you, Shiori? I'd like to hear what you've been thinking too.
私の方は確かにこの前のことは変に意識しちゃってた。それ以上に初めにどう思われてるのかちょっと怖かった。やっぱりどこか幼馴染として見られてるとこがあるのかな。初めが何もしてこないのは私に魅力がないのかなって。
Lies and slander. That's not true at all.
うん。今は分かってるから大丈夫。
Our eyes meet for a second, but then she quickly looks back down.
私もね、できれば初めとの関係を
Shiori?
ごめん。変に強がるのやめる。こうやってすれ違ったのももともとは私のせいだし。
At this point, I'm fairly certain I know what she's planning to say.
本当はね、私もどうすればもっと先に進めるか考えたの。でも自分から誘って変なやつって思われるのは嫌だったし、恥ずかしさもあった。だから今日は初めに私を意識してもらおうって思ったの。
Well, it worked. It just didn't pan out the way you had hoped. Well, you did a pretty good job, let me tell you that. I couldn't stop thinking about you all day.
そっか。なら頑張った甲斐もあったのかな。でもね、それって結局は私が初めとエッチしてみたいって思ってたからなんだよね。
We could kiss first. I feel like that's kind of the normal progression of things. Right. I'd never have expected her to come out and say it so directly. I feel much closer to her now that we've laid out all of our true feelings bare to each other. Ow. But you don't mean tonight, do you?
今日はちょっと心の準備が。ごめんね。
I wasn't saying we had to or anything. But I was thinking maybe sometime soon. Who turned out the lights? Blackout? The moment the lights shut off, I feel a sudden warmth and softness latching onto me. Though I can't see what's happening, I can clearly feel Shiori's body clinging tightly to my own. Are these her boobs pushing against me? Shiori, aren't you hugging me a little too close for comfort? Neither can most of the student body, but that doesn't stop them from doing stuff. I know you're afraid of the dark, but your surroundings haven't changed. Everything is still the same, so don't hit your shins on the coffee table. Sometime soon, I was about to say, but with the way her breasts are pushing against me right now... God damn it. They're so soft. Crap, I'm getting a boner. I seem strangely more perceptive of the warmth of her body and the scent in this darkness. On top of that, the rest of her body feels incredibly supple and slender. It's enough to make me want to just push her down on the spot, but I won't do that. Or will I? Whoa. Let's calm down now. Looks like the lights are on still in the neighboring dorms, so it's probably just our area that lost power. Due to the cloud cover tonight, there isn't much starlight coming through the windows either.
ごめん、はじめ。そういう話、今は考える余裕ない。
Me too, but for a different reason. Think you can stand?
それは大丈夫だけど、はじめもギュッてしてくれない？
Okay, but I apologize in advance. What? Are you sure I can?
緊急事態だから特別。
I'm not sure whether to call this a stroke of good luck or a sinister trial from God to test my self-restraint. But there's no denying that this is a perk of being her boyfriend. All right, here I go. Sorry. Don't make weird noises.
だって指が ら脇に当たってくすぐったかったんだもん。
We must look absolutely ridiculous right now, but more importantly, this is just pure torture for a red-blooded young man. With how our bodies are locked together, the shape of her breasts pushing against me changes with every single movement.
でもありがとう。ちょっと冷静になれたかも。
Glad to hear it. I can't take this much longer. How long are these damn lights gonna stay off? Well, if they turn on right now, she's going to see something.
はじめ？
Yes, I'm happy to see you. Yeah? Don't tell me you've decided to charge me for hugging you.
それは意味がわからないけど、私の顔見えてる？
Yes. Nope. It's still pitch black. Not a single beam of moonlight penetrates the dark. This better not turn into some scene out of a horror flick where the moment the lights turn back on, I'm looking at a zombie's face or something.
なんか嫌な単語が聞こえたけど、スルーするね。
Yeah, probably not the moment.
本当に見えてない？
Nope. My eyes still haven't adjusted yet.
そっか。
Why is that go? Alrighty then. What? An incredibly soft, slightly wet sensation presses up against my lips. It's only a gentle grace at first, but grows in intensity intermittently. Shiori, did you just...
知らない。
There's a kissing ghost in the darkness. Despite acting so frightened just a few moments ago, she now turns her back towards me, fidgeting restlessly. You just
言っ
kiss...
たら怒るよ。
Okay. Seriously? Although that was the first time I've ever experienced one, I know a kiss when I feel one. Oh, hey. Ah, the lights are back on. Ah, thank goodness, right, Shiori? As if trying to escape my gaze, she curls up into a tiny ball, trying to make herself as small as possible. Are you gonna turn around?
いや、
Too embarrassed?
別に恥ずかしくなるようなことなんてしてないけど。いや、
Will you turn around if I start playing Total Eclipse of the Heart? She can be so stubborn about the strangest things. You know I can see your ears turning bright red, right?
嘘。
Yeah, I am. I can't even see your ears since your hair is covering them.
騙したな。
What's the big deal? I thought you said you weren't embarrassed.
もう。
Considering how desperately she tried to deny it, she must be feeling even more embarrassed now.
さっきの話。
Hmm?
途中になってたけど、近いうちにって話。
Oh, that's right. Yeah, when that time comes, I'll do my best to take the lead.
本当？私、そういうのそんなに詳しくないよ。
It'll be my first time too, in this route. But honestly speaking, there's a lot of things that I want to do with you, Shiori. But I promise I'll be as gentle as I can, so don't worry. I want her to enjoy the experience as much as I do.
なら、ちょっとだけだけど、期待して待ってる。
Yeah,
ちゃんと待ってるから。
no pressure. I won't, don't worry.
だから、もしまたはじめが変に気を使って何もしてこなかったら、その時は私から今のより もっとエッチですごいことします。
Is that going to require us waiting for another blackout, or is it just going to be at any point in time when we least expect it? Something naughtier? What's naughtier than a kiss? What have you been talking about this whole time?
知らないというか、言ったら怒るって言ったのに。私もう行くからおやすみ。
Wait, I need to know what that means. Are you gonna violate me in my sleep?
本当 にもう知らないから。じゃあね。
And then take pictures of it? She flees up the stairs even as I call after her. Damn, now I can't stop grinning. That naughty punishment does get me a little curious. But still, now I know how Shiori truly feels. There's no reason for me to hesitate anymore. Filled with eager excitement, I head back towards my own room. The suspense. Gotta be soon, though. Alright, as Hajime says, funny timing. I think this is where I'm going to stop this episode. Well, we got the grand reveal in a hilarious new way that I didn't see coming. Accidentally mass texting a picture of her posing next to sleeping Hajime? Not on my bingo card, but I like it. That might actually be my favorite reveal so far. Just because it was great. And we got a CG out of it. I mean, I think we've gotten CGs out of most of them, but still. And then they had that close encounter in the dark after dancing around each other. So delightfully awkward. Now for real, I am this close. You can't see it, but it's darn close to losing my voice, so I'm going to stop talking. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. For now, I am one half of the Bridge Boys, signing off.